channel be growing and growing. Uzi, he cutting, I throw it. Double teaming, you be hoeing. I saw you mad when I show it. Ace on the track and he flowing. But grinding his shots and you know it. Green every time if he open, but still hit his shot and you'll throw it. You thought you could help by approaching that splash when I time it be glowing. Spin it back, I see you later. Thought you was hot, but I'm greater. Thought you could stop me, I'm brave. This game is my life, I'm a player. I run down the court, hit a fader. I want your VC, no paper. King of the court, the creator. Running 2K is a faker. Shooting shots like I'm a Laker. Time to come and meet your maker. You getting pronounced as a baby.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that, yesterday Ronnie2K tweeted out that Mike Wang had to drop a patch to take out the wind that was affecting our jump shots in the virtual park and making us miss. You know what I gotta say about that? We finally got a new excuse, y'all. I got tired of screaming full bar every time I miss. Now all we gotta do is make it believable, man. Drop a like on this video if every time you've missed this year is because the wind messed up your jump shot. I know that's the only reason I missed. I'm just saying. What's up, Simply Squad? It's your boy Dribble Gawd grinding, and today I got a much anticipated video. All y'all been saying in my comments is, yo, grinding, what are your dribble moves? Release your signature styles for us. And I was like, you know what? Y'all been rocking with me for 3 years now. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna give y'all the signature styles, and then I'm gonna give you a breakdown dribble tutorial where I break down every single move and combo I use in the park. I'm telling you right now, if you watch this whole video, you will leave this video knowing how to do the momentum behind the back, the misdirection behind the back, and the spin back leading into the momentum behind the back and misdirection behind the back, bro. It gets glitchy. If you're new to 2K or you haven't gotten used to NBA 2K21 yet, I get how that could sound scary, but trust me, it's not. I did the exact same thing last year and over 600,000 people learned how to do these dribble moves from me. And the reason people find it easy to follow my tutorials is because I don't just tell you how to do the move. First, I show you how to do the move on a controller with arrows showing every dribble move I do. Then I show myself doing the move in the my court while telling y'all how to do it at the exact same time. And finally, I show y'all a third time in the park doing it against real opponents. If you're excited and ready to learn how to dribble on NBA 2K21, spam up Dribble Gawd and then your gamer tag or PSN right after. So for example, for me, Dribble Gawd grinding. For you, Dribble Gawd Billy. Is it cool if I call you Billy? Too bad, I already called you Billy. I'm keeping it. First thing you need to do is copy my signature styles, especially basic one moving spin. I'm not going to go through every single one. Just pause the video and make sure you have these animations on, at least just to learn. You could change them later. Alright y'all, like I said, I'm going to teach you every single one of my combos, dribble moves, everything that I do in a park game. But first, we got to start from the beginning, and that beginning is the momentum behind the back. Now personally, I like dribbling on the right side, so the ball is going to be in my right hand. To start off this move, you're going to hold RT and then you're going to flick up on RS while moving to the left. Once your player takes a step on the left, you're going to flick diagonally down to the right on your right stick and then move to the right. If you do it right, it should look like this. And once you get it down, you should be able to do this move multiple times in a row with no problem. Now, one thing I want to say, if you're doing it and you're getting this animation right here, when you just do this slow behind the back, it's because you're not moving to the right with your left stick. This move is all about timing. So again, what you need to do, you're going to hold RT, you're going to press up on your right stick. Once your player takes a step to the left, you're going to flick diagonally down to the right on your right stick and then move to the right. Now that's how to do the momentum behind the back when starting with your right hand. Now with your left hand, it's pretty much the same controls, just inverted. So you're going to hold RT, you're going to press up on RS, and you're going to move your left stick to the right. Once your player takes a step to the right, you're going to flick diagonally down to the left on your right stick and move left with your left stick. Again, if you're doing it right, you should be able to do it multiple times in a row with no problem, just like that. And then eventually, you'll be able to do it on both sides with no problem. You could just switch hands. So me, for example, I would do the momentum behind the back, then I would do it behind the back, and I would do it again, and yeah. Now a good way I'd recommend doing to practice this move is to do the little behind the back pullback that used to automatically happen whenever you did the explosive behind the back on 2K20. This move right here. Do y'all remember this move where it would pull back? This year, it doesn't do it automatically. To do that move, you do the momentum behind the back, same way we talked about. Here, let's say we started the momentum behind the back from our right hand. So we do our combo. Now after we're done with the momentum behind the back animation, you're gonna flick diagonally down left on the right stick to pull back. And the reason I say that's a good way to practice is because it automatically switches hands for you, so you could try spamming the momentum behind the back to get it down. Now I know this is a pretty beginner move, but just so y'all completely understand, I'm gonna go through it one more time with the pullback. So you're dribbling with your right hand, you're gonna hold RT, you're gonna press up on the right stick, and then you're gonna move to the left on your left stick. Once your player takes a step to the left, you're gonna go diagonally down right on your right stick, and you're gonna move to the right with your left stick. Now the second that animation finishes, to pull back, you're gonna go diagonally down left on your right stick. Now that the ball's in your left hand, you're gonna hold RT, you're gonna press up on RS, and you're gonna move your left stick to the right. Once your player takes a step to the right, you're gonna flick diagonally down left on your right stick and move to the left. Once the animation finishes, you are going to flick diagonally down right on your right stick to do the pullback. And that's how you do the momentum behind the back this year, y'all. Pretty simple move. I wanted to start off with that one because it's the one I use the most. Maybe you don't like the momentum behind the back animation. Maybe you think it's too slow. Maybe you want to do my signature move from 2K20, the misdirection explosive behind the back. And I'm going to show you how I start this move in game. So the ball's in my right hand. I'm going to run to the left and I'm going to flick diagonally down right on my right stick to do the behind the back. Now to do the misdirection behind the back, basically what you're trying to do is you're gonna move to one side and you're gonna explosive behind the back to the other. Now you could press up on RS and do your signature size up and then sprint, but that's the slower version. The best version is to do a behind the back to lead into the explosive behind the back. What I mean by that, I'm gonna flick my right stick diagonally down to the left to do a behind the back. I'm gonna sprint while moving my left stick to the left. Then I'm gonna stop, hold RT, flick my right stick diagonally down to the right, and then sprint to the right. So all together from your right hand, it'll look like this. When it's all broken down like that, I get it could sound confusing, but I promise you, just get in your my court and practice this step by step, and it is extremely easy. Now you could start comboing all of these together. The momentum behind the back, into the behind the back, into the misdirection behind the back. I know how stupid that sounds, but it's what I do. If you don't like doing that many behind the backs, you can replace one by pressing up on RS and doing your signature size up to switch in between hands. Now I've showed y'all in park examples of the momentum behind the back, the misdirection behind the back, and the speed boost out of both of them. Now here comes the fun part, the spin back. The spin back from 2K20 that I cooked so many people with. Now there's two versions of the spin back. The easier one to do in my opinion is the behind the back spin back. Now not only are there two different types of spin backs, there are two types of moves you can do after the spin back depending on what you're trying to do. So y'all gotta bear with me here. Alright, the first type of spin back is the behind the back spin back. So the ball is in your right hand, you're gonna be sprinting towards the rim, then you're gonna flick diagonally down to the left on your right stick. Then once that animation's finished, you're gonna spin your right stick counterclockwise from 12 to 9. Now after you do the spin, you have two options. We're gonna do the first option where you press down on RS and you hop backward. Now you can see here, I was pretty convinced that you could green that shot somehow, and I did it once, but I don't think it's that consistent. If I was to use that move, I would use it to create space to do my other momentum behind the backs and explosive behind the backs one more time, and then I would shoot the ball. Now let's do the same move again with the second finish. The ball's in your right hand, you're gonna sprint towards the rim, you're gonna flick diagonally down to the left to do the behind the back, then you're gonna spin your right stick counterclockwise from 12 to 9. Now after you finish this spin, you are going to flick your right stick diagonally down to the left to do a behind the back, and you get a super clean finish if you do that, which you could shoot off of. If he's still there, you could do another explosive behind the back and beat him to the rim. You have a lot of options. Personally, I like to do the step back move by flicking down on RS, but it's completely up to you in this situation. All right, now let's do the same move in your left hand, and then we'll get into the other variation of how to do this spin back. So you're dribbling the ball in your left hand, you're gonna hold RT, you're gonna sprint to the basket. Now you're gonna flick diagonally down to the right on your right stick to do the behind the back, and then you're gonna spin your right stick clockwise from 12 to 3. Now once again, when you finish, you have two options. You can either press down on RS to do the step back, or you could flick diagonally down to the right to do the behind the back. Now that's the version of the step back where you start with a behind the back. Now let's do the one where you do the through the legs. This one is a little bit harder. Now to do the through the legs variation of this spin back, you're dribbling in your right hand, you're gonna sprint to to the basket. Then you're gonna hold RT and you're gonna flick the right stick directly to the left. Once the ball's in your left hand, you are going to spin the right stick counterclockwise from 12 to 9. And once you do the spin back, you have the choice of finishing with a step back by pressing down on RS, or you have the choice of finishing with the behind the back by pressing your right stick diagonally down to the left. And that's how you do the spin back. Alright y'all, that's gonna complete today's dribble tutorial. If you're looking at this part clips, you can tell that I got every single one of these moves down and I started learning combos on my own. That's what I'm hoping y'all are gonna do too. I'm sorry if this was a very basic dribble tutorial, but that's what I was going for. I'm not a dribble god. I am nowhere near the best dribbler on this game, but I know enough dribble moves to where people literally have to double team me to not get me open. Little did they know that I can't even shoot yet. So I mean, like, they could just leave me open, but you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. It's not my fault. It's the wind. All right, Ronnie said so. Now y'all, if this video helped you out at all, drop a like, share it with a friend, make sure they're good, because you don't want your guards to be selling you centers. I know they're already shooting terrible, bro. You don't want them to not know how to dribble either. And yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.
We never be falling. Rachel, she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Ballin', 2K, we never be falling. Rachel, she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Channel be growing and growing. Uzi, he cutting, I throw it. Double teaming.